So yeah, so again with the Blerd group, so just as we spoke it into fruition the other day when we were laughing about if this was anime, they'd be all about
we manifested
the waifu.
We manifested the waifu discussion.
Yeah, because the very next day they posted post your anime crush. And
all with teen. I know all those girls they posted were underage.
And the girls were posting underage guys too, because a lot of most of those anime characters
are underage.
Because it's shonen, like shonen manga and shonen anime is geared towards teenagers anyway.
I don't know if we talked about this, but I'm glad it showed women did it, because it further proves what I've been saying, that women are some of the biggest predators out here,
and
we don't want to talk about it.
And fucking hypocrites. But yeah, and so someone, one or two people even left a little reply saying, make sure they're legal, guys. I'm like,
you might as well lose. That's a losing the bet.
I was like, that's almost none of. That's like
no anime character. No anime
except for the parents or whatever. Like most of the characters are teenagers.
Yeah.
Like that's. I mean, if you're gonna do that, then it's gonna have to be something outside of shonen manga.
You're gonna do like Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, I mean, if it's something like that.
That's the only like big anime that has adults. Is that in Dragon Ball Z? Everybody else is essentially a teenager.
Pretty much. And so like I said, some people said make sure they're legal, guys. Like it doesn't matter anyway, they're fictional characters, but if you're gonna keep it, if you're gonna keep it 100, then
I mean, it's just funny when people say that about anime characters. So I'm like, wait, so if a girl cosplay as an anime character, isn't that her technically dressing up as a child? And if she makes it sexy, isn't that her dressing up as like it's a self-defeating argument?
Yeah. What the funny thing is, that's why I started liking Miss Marvel in the first place. Like I knew the character from the comic books, but I didn't care about her little stretchy abilities or whatever. I liked it because when I was at this convention, I saw a few Asian girls dressed like her. I was like, oh, okay. And you know how like they like to pose, they'll pose for you if you ask. And one girl was posing, and I was like, that's a nice uniform. She started blushing, So I was like, okay, I kind of like Miss Marvel now. So,
but I just feel as though the whole getting bent out of shape because somebody has a crush on a fictional character, it's a self-defeating argument, because if they cosplay as a character and everybody knows the character is a teenager, doesn't that make wouldn't that make the female fans like kind of suspect? And one have respect, and even if you gonna talk about the men, they're fictional characters. Like they're all fictional characters. Nobody cares.
And like I said,
it just sounds like being a thought police at this point.
It is. And I mean, like I said, they were trying to shame me when they. The stupid thing was, at first they were trying to shame me for supposedly crushing on a underage fictional character, when I then relayed to them that the characters are not. Well, the character isn't underage. And they was like, well, yeah, but she's still young. So I was like, okay, so you just want to shame me just because you think I'm too old to be liking this, basically. Because I was like, we already proved she's not underage. She is of age, but no, that's not good enough. So I'm like, fuck you bitches. Like, I don't care about Blerds. Like I said, they're the dumbest fake nerds on the face of the planet. And I even said that on that recent post, because now we get into them basically glorifying mediocrity again. So in this post, someone was saying, let's give it up for Coi Leray, whoever that bitch is. I never listened to her music, and Quavo, because at 29 and at 24 they both got their high school diplomas.
Wait, he's 29?
Yeah.
No, that's at 29. I thought it said like 24, 25.
No, she was 24. He was 29.
So both of y'all are well over that.
He's like damn near 30, just getting his high school, and that's why. And so why should I be happy for someone doing that?
I'm not gonna high five you.
Yeah, so I didn't even say anything. I just made fun of it by putting a GIF of the woman from Game of Thrones going, shame. Shame.
And they should be shamed.
And so of course some little stupid black chick wanted to come on, reply to my comment saying, well, I don't see why you gotta make fun of them.
They should be made fun of.
They're doing good. Like, at least they came to finish their diploma. Who are you to say such and such? And she's like, I'm so tired of people blah blah. Well, shut the fuck up, you stupid single bitch. Yeah, I said it. But anyway, I can fight, guys. Anyway, but no, like, I just left the GIF because I didn't want to just openly bash them. But it was obviously
I did.
No, I ended up doing it because in a counter reply to her, because I'm like, look, I was like, I'm not going to celebrate someone for doing the barest minimum of what society expects of them, which is to get their high school diploma. And just because they quote unquote got the bag in the process of finally getting their high school diploma, I'm not gonna celebrate that. Like, making a lot of money at the cost of perpetuating a negative ethnic image for professional black people to have to constantly overcome is not a come up. And that's what I said. And then she and some other chick was like, first of all, they thought I was a girl because they were seeing my wife in my profile pic, so they thought I was my wife. And so they kept replying to me as she. It's not my pronouns, guys. I'm not. But no, it was like, so it was just dumb. So I replied to that. I was like, look, I said, save those little fallacious tactics for someone else. I was reaching into my Kevin Samuels, but I didn't want to go too much into that. But I was like, yeah, save that for someone else. I was like, I said, it's not about saying we should or shouldn't celebrate them. I was like, but you guys are telling me not to say that it's shameful for someone who's damn near 30 years old just getting his high school diploma, that that's not something shameful. Like, that used to be something we looked down upon
as a community. But
it's okay just because they're famous rappers who made a lot of money. No, I'm not. No, that doesn't sit well with me.
Well, like we talked about before, off camera, when you're a celebrity, the things that normal people would be shunned for doing, you get a pass for.
Right.
When we talk about Erykah Badu got how many baby daddies?
Right.
But if she was a regular chick, at one point, as a community, we looked at her like, what the fuck are you doing?
Which is what I pointed out to my friend years ago when he tried to call me a sellout for pointing out the fact that we would not want our daughters to
emulate,
and
we wouldn't. We wouldn't. And the thing is, black people are more conservative than we want to admit as a community.
Oh, he just got his leg out, huh? Chilling.
That's that Baltimore shit. But that's my point. Like, low key, and he texting on the phone.
Oh shit, he about to crash. Somebody about to.
He keep looking over here like, why y'all watching? Yeah, we see what you're doing. And he trying to put the phone down like, nah.
Shit, that's bad on him because if someone reports him, like, they got everything. They got the number right on the back of the truck. So if someone says, hey, your driver is being kind of reckless, that's his ass.
Yep. But back to what I was saying, like, yeah, like, you wouldn't want your daughter to emulate Megan Thee Stallion or Cardi B. Well, at one point you did. Now that seems to be, I don't know. Black women are weird because on one hand they'll praise them, but then it's weird. Like, you want to be like Cardi B, and then you don't want your daughter to do the things she did, but then you want to. It's weird nowadays. I don't know what it is, but the point is, most of us wouldn't want our children to emulate these people. So I'm not going to celebrate you for doing the bare minimum. Neither one of them. And I'm not going to keep bashing Quavo because it's easy to bash him because he's a dude. She's 25, and she's not. And I will argue, she's going the Kim Kardashian route for success. Apparently, your dad. The only reason you're famous is
who
because.
Is spoilery? I don't even know who that is.
I think she's famous. Her dad is somebody famous, and she's dating a rapper who has some fame.
Oh, so she's not even she's not even an artist herself. She's just.
I guess she made music, but fame-wise, I'm guessing she's she's not famous herself.
So she's famous for being famous.
Basically. I mean, it is what it is, but I'm not going to justify mediocrity.
Yeah, and that was my whole point. And the girl, I'm like, why? I don't understand why she jumped into my comment with a cape. Like, how does this affect her?
I would say because...
Probably because she's a little Tatiana herself, so...
I mean, that's one reason. I was just going to say because as a community, we... So, like I said, well, I'll use this. Like I said in the comment, everybody thinks they're the next J.A.C.
Right.
Everybody thinks that... Yo,
and he himself says what he did so the others don't have to do. So, I don't know. Like I said, it was just like Chris Rock said over 20 years ago. It was like, he said, you know, niggas love, you know, celebrating, you know, well, I'm paraphrasing, but, you know, niggas love celebrating mediocrity. He said, you come into the black community and talk about, hey man, I got my master's. What? So you my master now? Tell me this stuff, smarty art nigga. Can you whip my ass? He said, shit, the safest place to put money in the hood is in books, because niggas don't read. I mean, I have a hard problem trying to disagree with that, because that is a good place to stash money, guns, and other sorts of stuff in the hood is in books.
I don't know, man. I just feel as though as a community, we have grown to celebrate the lowest. It's not the lowest denominator.
And what makes it worse? What makes it more distasteful for me are that these people are self-stylized black nerds. So you expect more of them, but they still. It just shows they're not really nerds. It's like you're still labeling people who do the right thing squares and celebrating the people who do the wrong thing.
Well, I would say this, since the black nerd thing, I think that honestly that just came from marketing companies. Like, nerd culture has become a marketing tactic.
Yeah, because most of these people calling themselves nerds are stupid as fuck.
Exactly.
Like I said, being a social misfit and watching anime and beating off to hentai does not make you a nerd. So.
Nor being socially awkward.
Yeah.
Or nor being an introvert.
That's what I'm saying, social misfit.
Oh.
So.
I mean, and that's the sad part, because people use these as personality traits instead of just
personality flaws.
That too. I mean, that's what I mean. But like, this is their entire identity is I'm awkward. Like, that's their personality, their personality trait, or their entire identity